185 pounds. Tonight, at just 26 years old, Joe will try to complete the mission and become a UFC champion.
Division 6-0 in the UFC at 185 pounds tonight features the 26-year-old Joe, who is determined to complete his mission and become a UFC champion. It has been fascinating to watch the journey of this young man as he progresses in his career. However, tonight, the spotlight is on Robbert Whittaker, who still has plenty of fight left in him. He demonstrated his prowess by defeating the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev, ruining his record and shattering his dreams after Chimaev's disappointing loss to current middleweight champion Drus Dupu. In a remarkable return at UFC 298, Whittaker had something to prove, and 10 editions later, he showed that he's just as dangerous as ever. He engaged in a 3-round war on the feet with Khamzat Chimaev, ultimately earning a unanimous decision victory. Nothing came easy, but Whittaker's output and accuracy kept tagging Chimaev round after round. He inflicted significant damage with a blistering series of calf kicks, leaving golf ball-sized swellings in Chimaev's legs. Shin injuries played a crucial role in the fight's outcome. In the end, the judges scored the fight 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for Whittaker, earning him the nod. This was the exact fight Whittaker had prepared for. Whittaker is a tough dude. I put a lot of pressure on myself to come here and perform, especially after my last fight. I'm looking to make amends with Drus, Whittaker stated. When the fight commenced, Chimaev came out firing, immediately displaying the power that made him one of the best middleweights in the world. But Whittaker was undeterred. He adjusted to the early aggression and countered with a series of stiff calf kicks that landed with a sickening thud. Swelling began to form on Chimaev's lead leg, slowing him down enough for Whittaker to use his speed to catch the Brazilian off guard. Just when it looked like Whittaker was in control, Chimaev unleashed a hellacious spinning heel kick that blasted the former champion, putting him on a wobbly leg. Chimaev rushed forward, looking for the finish, but time ran out before he could put Whittaker away. As the second round began, Chimaev's confidence surged, but Whittaker wasn't backing down. He continued to stand his ground during every exchange, still landing with his combinations, including more of those nasty calf kicks that were doing significant damage. Chimaev came back with a powerful jab, turning Whittaker's face into a bloody mess, but Whittaker showed no signs of slowing down. Despite Chimaev's power advantage, Whittaker kept connecting with more frequency. He remained cautious about getting too aggressive on the feet, but nothing could force Chimaev to back down. Chimaev continued marching forward, cracking Whittaker with several hard kicks of his own and finding success with his lead jab. However, Whittaker was giving as good as he was getting in every exchange. Over 3 rounds, Whittaker's volume made the difference as he repeatedly tagged Chimaev, never giving the one-time title challenger much opportunity to mount a comeback. With this win, Whittaker jumps right back into the title picture at 185 pounds and will undoubtedly keep a close eye on the division, where Dupu now holds the title. Whittaker is no stranger to fighting under the bright lights. He became the first Australian to win a UFC championship and has faced the best in the 185 pounds division throughout his career. He made his Octagon debut in 2012, originally competing at welterweight. Stepping into this matchup with more experience than Chimaev, Whittaker has proven his mettle. Whittaker debuted in the UFC on December 15, 2012, at UFC on FX6, also known as The Ultimate Fighter, The Smashes finale. He momentarily fought Brad Scott to determine the welterweight winner of The Ultimate Fighter, The Smashes. Whittaker won via unanimous decision, becoming the first winner of the show alongside Norman Park, the lightweight winner. Since his debut, Whittaker has gone 17-5 inside the octagon, facing the likes of Israel Adesanya, Darren Till, Drus Dupu, Pau Costa, and more. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt enters tonight on a 2-fight win streak after falling to middleweight champion Dupu last July. His matchup against Chimaev marks his 3rd fight of 2024 after defeating Costa at UFC 298. The Reaper faced Ram Alisov on short notice after Chimaev's withdrawal from their bout in June and passed that test with flying colors, knocking out Alisov in less than 2 minutes. With 12 years in the UFC, Whittaker has proven he is dangerous wherever the fight goes, earning 5 of his 27 wins by submission and 11 by knockout. The 33-year-old has solidified himself as an elite contender in the middleweight division once again and is hungry to stop the hype train of Chimaev. Chimaev stepped onto the scene in 2020 and has been on a tear in the UFC ever since. He has bounced between the welterweight and middleweight divisions, but after some issues on the scale back in 2022, Chimaev permanently moved up to the 185 pounds division. With a record where all but 2 of his 13 wins are finishes, going the distance only against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, Chimaev has been a force to reckon with. 8 of those finishes have come in the first round, with wins over Kevin Holland, Leandro Atades, and Gerald Meert. Chimaev's biggest question mark is his inconsistency due to health issues during his first year on the roster. The 30-year-old fought 4 times in 2020, once in 2021, twice in 2022, and only once in 2023. It's always exciting when Chimaev steps into the octagon, and tonight will be no different as he looks to move 1 inch closer to claiming UFC gold. Behind the scenes, Robbert Whittaker prepared meticulously for this fight. This fight is scheduled for 5 rounds, but it would be surprising if it went the full 25 minutes. If it does make it into the championship rounds, it will be interesting to see how Chimaev's cardio holds up, as this would be the first time he enters the 4th and 5th rounds in his UFC career. Currently, he has an average fight time of 6:27, while Whittaker's experience in the UFC and numerous main events give him a higher average fight time of 13:33. Looking at their striking, the two are fairly similar. Chimaev has a higher striking accuracy at 58.8% compared to Whittaker's 43%. In terms of strikes landed per minute, Chimaev again has the higher number at 5.72 compared to Whittaker's 4.58. Both fighters are versatile, making this matchup intriguing regardless of the fight's direction. Particularly if the fight goes to the ground, considering the takedown defense that both middleweights are capable of, it adds another layer of strategy. Chimaev boasts a 100% takedown defense accuracy, while Whittaker comes in at 82.9%. Chimaev is more likely to shoot for a takedown, averaging 3.99 takedowns per fight, with Dupu sitting atop the throne, waiting for his new opponent. This is a huge matchup for the 185 pounds division and should be intriguing for everyone watching. Previously undefeated UFC star Khamzat Chimaev has set his sights on a potential super fight with former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. As he prepares to face Robbert Whittaker today, Chimaev expressed his interest in the Nigerian-born star, highlighting Adesanya's global appeal. Israel Adesanya is a good fighter. He's one of the most famous guys in the world right now, Chimaev stated. This call-out comes at a pivotal moment for both fighters. Adesanya recently suffered a 4th-round submission loss to South Africa's Drus Dupu at UFC 305 in Perth. While Chimaev remains undefeated in his career, despite leading on the scorecards, Adesanya's attempt to reclaim the middleweight title was cut short by a rear-naked choke from Dupu, which he later called a result of a dumb mistake. When asked if he missed weight, Adesanya admitted he was way over. "Trust me, I'm not scared of anyone on this planet. No one. And also, guess what? I like it. I felt strong," he said. Adesanya defended his takedowns well, but acknowledged making a stupid mistake on the ground, allowing Dupu to adapt with the guillotine grip and catch him. Adesanya admitted after his defeat, "I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm also proud. Dupu was the better man on the night, and I respect him for that." The 35-year-old Adesanya, who has defeated several elite fighters in the division, including Whittaker, recently shared his prediction for the Saturday matchup between Chimaev and his former rival. "I'm going with Rob Whittaker for this one with a late finish." In round 4, the former champion predicted. Meanwhile, UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad suggested that Chimaev's wrestling skills could give him an advantage over Whittaker, similar to Dupu's successful grappling against Adesanya. "I like a challenge. You know what I mean? That presents something unique that I haven't seen wrestlers before. Bro, it's a big fight. It's a big fight. It's a big fight. Muhammad stated. As Chimaev focuses on Whittaker, a possible showdown with Adesanya looms if both fighters triumph in their next battles, adding to the division's intrigue. For Adesanya, considering his next steps, a matchup with Chimaev might offer a chance to reassert his dominance in the division he once ruled. I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm also proud. He was the better man on the night, and I respect him for that, Adesanya said of his loss to Dupu. We await the next move in Khamzat Chimaev's career, but it's less likely that he gets the fight against Israel Adesanya after this disappointing loss. That's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.